Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Sus, a modern take on the 8-card brainwave by myself and Deuce Gala. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Mask, where we take a quick little peek behind the curtain of some of the latest and greatest products to come out from Deuce Gala. Deuce Gala is a company that was started by myself and my good friend Buck Bowen with the aim of bringing out some really fun and innovative pieces of magic for you guys to perform that's really designed to make you the star of the show and take your magic to the next level, right? And of course, Sus is the newest creation of mine that does just that. So what is Sus? Much like Pokemonty, where Pokemonty was a modern take on the classic Color Monty plot, only using Pokemon cards, Sus is a modern take on the 8-card brainwave using Among Us cards, right? So what are you receiving inside of this little set? First, when you buy Sus, you're going to get a really cool looking little tuck box just like this, right? See what it says here on the back. Right, so Sus by Deuce Gala and Michael O'Brien, a modern approach to the 8-card brainwave. The spectator picks the imposter every single time. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about the 8-card brainwave or anything about Among Us, I'm going to talk to you guys about that in just a second. First, I want to show you exactly what comes inside here. We'll talk a little bit about what Among Us is and what the 8-card brainwave plot is. And then we'll watch a performance of me doing this to kind of wrap this all up, right? So first, I want to show you guys the inside of the box. I got to make sure to hide the passcode here. But the inside of the box, it looks just like the lobby for the game, right? So what are you receiving here? You are receiving 13 cards. So the first thing I want to show you are the actual Among Us cards, right? So they're basically the exact same picture over and over again, little crewmates that are in this little spaceship, right? And then the only unique thing about them is that they are different colors, right? So you have like red, blue, green, cyan, purple, yellow, etc. Right? They're all identical, and they're all different colors. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is if you look at the backs of the cards, so here's just an example of 2 of the cards. They'll all say crewmate on the back of the card. See if you guys can see that there, right? And then they'll also say imposter on the back of the card. So that is the imposter and crewmate cards. Now, the last thing that you'll receive in this set, this is your 13th card. You get 12 crewmate cards, and then your 13th card is going to be your emergency meeting button. The emergency meeting button is going to be the thing, the tool that allows you to guarantee that the spectator chooses an imposter every single time, right? So let's go over this here. Let me put these cards back inside the box, nice and pretty the way that I found them, so that you guys, when you buy this set, you have a beautiful little presentation here, and that is Sus. So let's talk about what the 8-card brainwave is, and then we'll talk about what Among Us is, and then we'll talk about how this variation is unique, aside from just taking an original idea and throwing on an Among Us plot on top of it, because there is an original handling that goes with this as well. So basically what the 8-card brainwave is a plot where you have 8 cards, right? And you spread the cards face up. You have a spectator point to any card that they want. You place that card on the table, you show the backs of all the other cards. You say, look, all these cards are blue, but you pointed to that card, and you reveal that the back of that card is red, and it's the only red card amongst a set of blue cards, right? So that essentially is the 8-card brainwave, right? So now in the Among Us version, it's literally the exact same sort of thing, right? You're gonna have them point to a card. You're going to set that card down. Let's just say they chose the blue crewmate. You show the backs of all of the other cards, revealing that they're all crewmates. But then when you turn over the card that they picked, it's going to be the imposter. It's going to say imposter on the back of it, right? Now, without giving too much away, For those of you familiar with the 8-card brainwave, you know that there's a 50-50 chance that the outcome will be a red card amongst a sea of blue cards. There is the possibility, again, 50-50, that it will be a blue card amongst a sea of red cards. Either way, the effect works when you're doing 8-card brainwave because you don't tell them from the start what's going to happen. You just have them point to a card, you place that card face up on the table, you show the backs of all the other cards. So let's just say all the cards are red, and then you say, go ahead and turn over your card. Your card is the only blue cards amongst a sea of red cards, right? So that's the thing that makes the effect impactful. Now, let's talk about Among Us and why this doesn't work to have a 50-50 chance of being a crewmate or an imposter, right? So the game Among Us, essentially, it's a video game. You can download it straight to your phone. It's a lot of fun. I highly encourage that you do it if you haven't already done so. And the idea is a bunch of crewmates wandering around on this spaceship, performing various tasks on the spaceship, and the goal is to complete all of your tasks. Now, here is the hitch. There is an imposter among us, right? Among the crewmates, and their job is to sabotage everything and kill everybody before they can complete their tasks. So the way that the gameplay works is the crewmates are all running around doing their thing, and then you have the imposter running around pretending to be a crewmate that is doing tasks, but really what their job is to sabotage everything and kill everybody. During the course of the game, if a particular crewmate looks sus, right? Hence the name of the the name of the trick. If a crewmate looks sus, aka suspicious, what you would do is you would call an emergency meeting. You would get all of the crewmates together into a room and you would discuss what you found. You would say, Cyan is looking sus. I saw them go around the corner and instead of completing this task, they went and did something else. And then when I went into that room, there was a dead body in there, right? So I think Cyan might be the imposter. And then what would happen is everyone would get together, they would vote. Do they think that the accusations hold? And if they do agree, yes, we think Cyan is the imposter, they will eject that person out of the airlock and into space, essentially kicking them out of the game. And here's the thing though, if you get it wrong and you actually eject an innocent crew member, now the imposter is one step closer to winning because that's one less person that they have to worry about. If you manage to discover the imposter and kick them out, then the crew wins, right? Regardless if they complete their tasks or not. So either they complete all of their tasks before the imposter can kill them all, or if they discover who the imposter is. And that's essentially how you win the game. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend that you guys play it if you haven't done so. In fact, I encourage you to play it if you are considering getting this, because having an understanding of what Among Us is going to help make this so much stronger for you. Now, you don't have to do that. You can purchase this effect, and in the tutorial, I'm going to go over with you the buzzwords and how you do the performance and how everything works and all of that stuff, so that someone that has no idea what Among Us is can purchase this and perform this to effect. But having a solid understanding, someone that has actually played the game, will just make it a lot better for you, a lot easier for you, and you can connect with people, right? Because a lot of people, especially over the course of the pandemic, played this game. It became extremely popular. It was the #1 most downloaded app for iPhone. I don't know if this was available on Android. I'm going to assume it probably was, but on iPhone for sure, it was the #1 most downloaded app at one point. Everyone was playing this. There is a video online of like AOC and a bunch of people playing Among Us. So like this game blew up. Like it became extremely popular, and again, it's a lot of fun, right? But the cool thing is that this game bridges generations, because adults have played this game because it's like a whodunit, right? It's a whodunit, a game of Clue, only in space, where you're trying to suss out the killer. But it's also a fun game for kids to play, and so when you do these at your shows, I do these at my family shows. I'll say, who here has ever played the game Among Us? And all of the kids will put their hands up, and a lot of the adults, the parents, will put their hands up too. Oftentimes you'll find families where the kids and the parents are playing the game together, right? So it's a really fun game, and this effect, this 8-card brainwave effect, in my opinion, is a really cool card trick version of the game. So how does this go now? It's very, very simple. You're going to remove your Among Us cards. So you have 12 crewmates. You're going to show the 12 crewmates, and then you're just going to ask someone, look at the different crewmates, point out the one that you think is sus, right? And essentially at the heart of this, they point to a crewmate. You set that crewmate face up on the table. You show the backs of all of the other cards. They all say crewmate on them, and then you reveal the card that they picked was the imposter, right? So far, it's the standard 8-card brainwave thing. Now, here's the issue. If they happen to choose a crewmate card, right? Because you really only have a 50-50 chance. The card's either a crewmate or it's an imposter. You might end up in a situation where you show a crewmate and a bunch of imposters. And you really don't want to be in that situation, just because that's not the way that the game is played, right? It's not one crewmate and a bunch of imposters running around. It's the opposite. It's one imposter with a bunch of crewmates running around, right? So you want them to find the imposter out of this group of cards. If they nail an imposter, the trick is practically over. It's just like the 8-card brainwave. You show the backs, boom. If they name a crewmate card, there is an emergency meeting button that's included in here, and the emergency meeting button is going to be your out. This is going to allow you to still show that they chose an imposter and all of the other cards are crewmates. So this is the additional bit that I added to the plot to guarantee you that you guys will always have them land on an imposter, and it will never be a situation where it's one crewmate amongst a bunch of imposters, right? So with all of that being said, the only other thing I can talk about with this is the quality of what you get. And with Deuce Gala, you're always going to get top quality from the box. The box is beautiful, right? I already showed you guys the inside of the box. It looks really cool. The cards themselves are printed on that PVC paper, so they're not just paper, they're more like of a plastic material, which means that these are going to last you a very, very long time. And especially since COVID, maybe not so much anymore, but I do know a lot of magicians still appreciate when their packet effects, something like this, are printed on that plastic, because that means that you can wipe them down after every show, and you don't have to worry about getting sick or taking a bunch of dirty cards home that you've been using over and over and over again. So not only will these last you a really, really long time, but you can clean them as well. You can just wipe them down with like a baby wipe or something, or like some Clorox wipes, and you can clean the cards, right? So that there is everything that you need inside of the packet. What do you receive in terms of the tutorial? Now, just like Deuce Gala quality, everything that you're going to get is going to be excellent. The tutorial is going to be myself talking to you right here, one-on-one with the camera. I'm going to go over everything that you need to be able to do to perform the effect in the main video. Then you're also going to get some bonus content. You're going to get mirrored playback videos. So maybe if you want to swap it so that you're a left-handed person and you want to perform it mirrored so that it mirrors me, or if you're a right-handed person and you find it easier to be on the same side or whatever, you can mirror the video so that it flips it like this, right? You're also going to get commentary. You're going to get what was the other thing? The script. You're going to get the Deuce Gala PDF script, which has all of the stuff that you need to know about how to like script the routine, the pattern, everything is there, as well as key points, things that you need to remember while you're performing the trick. All of that will be on the DG one-pager PDF that comes with the digital tutorial. So you're going to get all of that stuff, right? You're going to get over an hour of content basically in the Deuce Gala tutorial section. So I hope you guys think that this is fun. If you guys want to pick this up, These are available at deucegala.com, or you can purchase them from me directly at o'brienmagic.com. Links to all of that stuff will be down in the description below. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this, but before you leave, I just want to show you a quick little performance video so you guys can see exactly what this looks like. But I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Until then, take care, everyone. Has anyone ever played the game Among Us?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a few Among Us fans in here. Very cool. For those of you who don't know, it's just like the game Clue, a sort of whodunit where you try to suss out the killer, only in space. Right? So what you have are these different little crew members here that go through the spaceship to complete various tasks. Only one of them is the imposter. Now, a question for all of you. Who among us thinks that they can find out who the imposter is? Anybody? Someone that preferably has played the game. You've played the game.
I have.
Yeah, are you any good at it?
What?
Are you any good?
I was getting go.
You were getting okay at it. All right, so I have some different little cards here, and they all have just different little crew member pictures on the cards. What I would like for you to do is name any one of the colors on here. We have red, purple, black, white, orange, lime, green, not to be confused with lime, blue, pink, cyan, brown, yellow. You said purple.
Purple.
Purple. Cyan, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Any particular reason why you chose the purple one?
No.
You just shot in the dark.
You just said that.
You don't have like, it's not your favorite color or anything like that?
Feeling.
It was your feeling.
There was no specific reason.
Don't think, just do.
Don't think, just do. That is a life lesson.
I like the purple Teletubby.
Famous last words. You like the purple Teletubby? Okay, so you picked purple.
I did.
It's really interesting. I haven't showed you the backs of the cards yet. But on the backs of the cards, they say crewmate.
Yep.
Right? So we have the black, the white one there. Orange, lime, crewmate. 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 And red, also a crewmate. Now, that means nothing unless the one that you picked, drum roll please, is the imposter.
Nice.
What?
Bravo, you sucked.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm not going to play with you. You're going to get me every single time.